barber. I don't know what it is. It's getting a haircut. It's something that just kind of all of a sudden pulls me in like a weird direction, and before you know it, you got to go get one in. It is an issue that has been with me, that is becoming an actual problem. To the point that when I travel for either work or for pleasure, I find myself out of the weirdness of life, just wandering in space, and before you know it, you find one. For the longest time, I've tried to figure out, why is this such an issue? Why is it part of my psyche? And I wish I had some profound reason, something I could tell you that is like really strong, like father and son bond. You know? When little, Dad used to always ask us boys when it was time for him to go get a haircut, do any of you want to come in? And for some strange reason, I always like, oops. Sure, I'll go. Looking back though, it's one of those things that you review those photographs and you wonder, why did I ever go so many times? I look terrible in those pictures. It's like the hair is all messed up and crazy stuff. You see, when your dad is bald, and it's your turn to go get a haircut, and the barber asks you, how do you want your haircut? Replying, just like that, please. It's not the best answer out there. It's not really good for a 7-year-old self-esteem. To go week after week after week looking like good old Friar Tuck. Or worse yet, try to be at the tender age of 10 and going through your own come-over phase. For a while there, I also thought, maybe the reason I like going to the barber so much is because I'm a sophisticated person. I'm educated. I love music. I love classical music. I love the opera, too. And my favorite one being The Barber of Seville. If any of you ever heard that tune, you can almost hear that overture starting. And off it goes, right? Or you can hear the main lead character in that musical singing out loud and praising how much people want him when they call his name and ask for him, because his life is so wonderful. They're going, Figaro, 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 Figaro. Fantastic music. Maybe that was the reason. But in all honesty, the reality for this particular affinity, after much psychoanalysis and deep, deep research, has to do with my love for cartoons. I know, I see your face. You're going like, what is he talking about? But let me explain. Aside from getting a haircut all throughout my younger years, my favorite pastime was actually watching cartoons. I can see him right in the back of my head going right now. Woody Woodpecker. Or that crazy team of the cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, running after each other. Or better yet, my favorite one, being that silly wabbit. And Elmer Fudd. I can see him coming in, running through this magical box going, and the music in the background, you know what I'm talking about. And before you know it, that silly wabbit is making some weird concoction in Elmer Fudd's head, and the whole cartoon is turning upside down, and you're going like, what in the world? It's hard to have a care in the world, or to be worried, or not to have a smile on your face, if every time you're going to go get a haircut, you got this silly tune that's going in the back of your mind. That's going, right? To the point that it's been such a part of my psyche that one of my favorite stories has to do with me going in the streets of Poland after spending 3 days visiting that city and going from museum to place and wondering and learning what actually happened to the Jews during the Second World War. It was a mind, emotional, draining experience. To the point that in my last day, all I really wanted to do is walk back and go to my room and take a nap and just kind of crawl into bed, in a little corner and go to sleep. Let everything kind of wander off so you're ready for the next day. And as I'm walking back into Central Plaza, the biggest plaza in Warsaw, going back to my room, it's like just minding my own business. Before I know it, this little tune starts playing in the back of my head. And it's going, and I'm going, what in the world is going on? And before I know it, I'm going, Figaro, 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 and there it is. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this red and white, candy cane looking sign that tells me there's a barber shop right there. So being a crazy tourist, what's one gonna do? But venture in and go in, right? So you go in, I go into the store and open the door, and as soon as I open the door, everything goes silent. People turn around and look at you. And out of the back of this store, this beautiful, strong, big Polish woman with this red babushka on her hair comes out and starts talking to me in Polish. Mind you, I speak absolutely no Polish at all. She's going like Gazina, Gazula, Jada, Yada, Dada, Do Vidania, Che. I'm like, huh? Back of my head, the only thing I'm listening to is that crazy little tune, right? You can hear it. So what's one gonna say? I go, can I get a haircut, please? And as if by magic, her face softens up and she actually motions me to sit down. Being a true gentleman, I of course go, okay. Sit down and mellow out. As soon as I sit down, I start feeling a little bit more relaxed, feeling better. And she starts preparing the towel and fixing my collar and getting me organized to get that fantastic experience, right? So she immediately starts talking to me and asking some questions. Mind you, again, I don't speak any Polish and I'm looking at her, but through my deep research and analysis, I know that what she's asking me is, how do you want your haircut, son? So what's one I'm gonna say? I go, short please, just like that.